here before. Um, I took care of that. I got my phone on no interruptions, so even if Mama Confessions do call again, she can't get through. She gonna have to wait a minute. I don't care if she forget or not. But I gave her a smidge little so she alright. She know better. Hmm. Anyway, welcome to my first episode of Pen Letters from Bobby. Um, Again, sorry about all this again, but if you follow my channel or have watched some of my videos before, you will see a video before of me reading a letter from Bobby. I am going to read that letter in its entirety this time. I'm going to read it in its entirety. You got one of two, and I'm going to give you one and two of two. And I'll give a little background on it if there is any background to give. But before I start, let me just paint the picture for you of the relationship and the friendship and all of this. Again, a girl coming from an all white neighborhood. I lived in an all white neighborhood for 4 years before I moved straight to the hood in the projects. Okay. So, and I moved there when I was in the fifth grade. So, 4 years before that, I was in the white people. I was in the white people's place. Okay. Anyways, so then I'm just a girl coming over to the projects, and I don't know nobody. I don't know nothing. Just trying to make it. Just trying to make it at Kensington School. That's the school that I went to, Kensington Elementary. Anyways, um there was one girl that befriended me, and she was like the coolest girl of them all. Like, she was just so outspoken, so cool, and just everything. We gonna call her we gonna call her Nene. All right. Nene was just so dope and so cool, and she was so sweet. Everybody knew her. She knew everybody, and she was just full of life, and she still is to this day. Anyway, Nene introduced me to everyone and all of that. Bobby did not go to Kensington, just to let that be known. Bobby lived in the projects. Thank you. Bobby lived in the projects that I had moved into. All right. And so after that, no, Noah, no questions. All right. I'm trying to get something out. This is not a question thing. Let me put subscribers only on, because I do not want too many of the the bots and the trolls coming in on this. So I'm gonna turn to subscribers only, y'all, because I gotta get this out. This is my therapy, and I can't let nobody ruin it. Y'all ain't about to ruin it for me. All right. Y'all ain't about to ruin it for me. Y'all gonna have to subscribe if y'all want to ruin it for me. But anyway, if y'all are subscribed to this channel, y'all will see that I did read the first part of this letter. But like I said, I'm about to read it on eternity. But anyway, so I brung up Nene because, truth be told, Nene and Bobby liked each other. Now, mind you, we're in elementary, all right? We're in elementary, fifth grade elementary. And back then, I like you, you like me, or whatever. But even though that was the case, Bobby was mannish even at a young age. His whole life, he was mannish, right? As far as I knew, he was been mannish his whole life. He would tell me stories, and I'm like, how old are you, dude? And he's only like a year or two older than me, right? So, anyways, so that's why I just mentioned Nene, because even though we still lived in the same, project, I still didn't mingle with that side of the project because it was different compartments. And I didn't meet Bobby until Nene started talking about him. Like, who is Bobby? Who is Bobby? Who is this? And she would just talk about Bobby like, ooh, Bobby this, Bobby that, Bobby's so fine. But Bobby and his family, now Bobby had a big family. The whole entire family lived on the hill. That's what we called it, where we all stayed at. And so um our families are actually a little bit intertwined a little bit. A couple of my family members have dated quite a few of their family members, if y'all want to do the math. Um, Anywho, so we've all been really kind of connected this whole time. It's on the hill, and it's like four streets that are 2 blocks each, 2 or 3 blocks each, and there's a school, a convenience store, and a church on this hill also. That's it. A school, a church, and a convenience store. Kensington was the school that I was going to on the hill and all of that good stuff. Kensington went up to 6th grade there, all right? But I guess maybe when I was in the fifth, Bobby was in the seventh. I never got that grade history for as far as now. But just trying to paint the picture for you. Um, I lived on the hill for a total of 4 years. And during that 4 years, me and Bobby became really, really cool. This is where the friendship comes in, all right? Because me and Nene were cool. She was my female best friend. And so I befriended her her boo, if you will, some way, somehow. All right. Um Bobby, I don't even know if this dude ever went to school at all now that I'm thinking about it, because we became really cool when he would come for some reason. I don't know what you doing up this early if you ain't going to school, but he would be up and I would be on my way walking to school or walking to the bus stop. And he would walk me to school or the bus stop, whichever one at the time. It had to been school. It had to be school at the time. Thank you for the 4 likes. Thank you for the first. Thank you for the second. Thank you for the third. Thank you for the fourth. Y'all know, if y'all part of here, y'all know I really appreciate my likes. So I like to thank everyone individually. Hey boo, hey boo, hey Portia, hey boo, hey Phyllis family. I didn't even see y'all. I'm so deep into this story because it's bringing me back. It's been a long time since I've been here. These letters that I'm about to start reading, I have never reread. I've read them once and then I put them in a box, and that's it. So I've never reread them. I've never gone back to read them years later. This is my first time. So it's kind of like the first time. I have no idea. So that's why I give a warning to any family members that may be watching this. Bobby is very explicit in some of his letters. So if it's uncomfortable for you to hear this side of me, you should not watch this. Because I'm going to be reading some of my letters that I have found in this thing too. So there you have that. Anywho, um, we just became cool, and it's just what it was. Him and Nene never really got together because Nene ended up liking some other dudes on the hill. I remember Larry. I think Larry. I think it's safe to say his real name. That's a real name for you. Larry. Nene liked some Larry. Larry was cool as hell. Larry was a dope ass dude. I'll tell you that. Larry was dope. You know, she had she had good taste. I'll tell you that. But anyways, back to Bobby. So, in Michigan, at one point, the law had changed to where they were going to start trying kids as adults in certain cases, violent cases, I believe. And so that's what happened with Bobby. Not to put all of his business out there. I'm gonna give him some grace like the black queen I am, but I'll give you a surface of what he went to jail for. Okay, so one day Bobby and his cousin, we'll call him We'll call him Greg. Bobby and Greg. We gonna make these names real simple, all right? All right, because Bobby is not Bobby's real name. We are going to protect some of these people, and I shouldn't protect him, but I'm telling his words, so I'm at least protect his name, because I sure ain't protecting his words. They don't mean nothing anyway, obviously, because the shit I'm about to read y'all. Oh my god. Anyway, so one day, Bobby and Greg are up to shenanigans. Fun fact about Greg, remember I told y'all some of my family members are dated some of his family members. Greg dated one of my family members. And Greg actually let me I want to tell you about Greg, cuz Greg is crazy. Greg looked like um is a broke Devontae from Jodeci. And I believe that's why my family member might have dated him, because my family member loved them some Devontae from Jodeci. That was her favorite dude out the group. Anyway, Greg looked a lot like Devontae. All right, and Greg was fine. Like, he was fine. He wasn't fine. He was fine. Back then when he was all that in a bag of chips, like, he was fine. And from what my family member told me, he was very nice down there too. Okay, very very nice. Where my family member was like, I couldn't enjoy that too much. That was too much. Y'all, have y'all ever had too much? My family member was like, that's too much. Anywho, that was too much information. But hey, this is what this is. We getting it out there. Anyway, they were somewhere down at the bottom of the hill, and they wanted to pickpocket somebody, and they pickpocketed somebody. Let me make this real. Let me leave out the details, because this was a bad thing that they did. So let me just say they pickpocketed somebody, which is what Bobby did. Bobby pickpocketed, but Greg, he got violent with the person. And that person was hurt from that. No, it was not a murking. Okay, that person got injured for sure. And so injured bad, and that person was, a white woman. So back then, how that's gonna go. Two black men and a white woman, it just doesn't look good. So what had happened was, which is funny because that's one of Bobby's favorite phrases back then. What had happened was Greg had convinced Bobby that, hey, yo, cuz you younger than me. If I take this, they gonna give me time. I don't know if Greg had priors or none of that. But Bobby didn't have no priors, no nothing. So, Greg convinced Bobby to take that rap for him. And, thinking that you're a kid, they're not gonna, give you what, detention center or whatever, that's juvenile, whatever that was. Thought that at the most, and Bobby was one of them rough niggas, so he could handle it. It ain't nothing to it but to do it. It was fine with him. He was fine with just doing a little juvenile. That's vacation for him. That was vacation for him. All right. So he said, yeah, cuz I got you. He's very loyal. I'll tell you one thing. That family is 10 toes down for each other. That family don't play about each other. No doubt. Nothing. Period. But anyway, so little did we know, Bobby was going to got all wrapped up in that KK. Hey boo, hey. Bobby got wrapped up in that whole thing, and he was tried as an adult, and he did. Whoo, how many years did he end up doing? He did a bit. He definitely did a bit. He did about. He did. I think he did over 10 years. He did over 10 years. He did over 10 years for sure. All right, and during that 10 years, um, when Bobby did get into that trouble and locked up, I was young still, didn't understand nothing about the system, all of that stuff, or anything. How to write someone, or even thinking about writing someone. I'm still a kid. I'm still living my life. All of this stuff, all of that jazz. So, I ended up moving off the hill, and oh wow. Just remembering how I got in contact with Bobby. Damn. Woo! Okay, now I gotta take it all the way back a little more. So, no, I don't, but it takes me back. I'm sorry. Um, so years go by. My sister has a baby, and her baby daddy ends up having to do some time for a minute. He ends up in the same place as Bobby, and they get to talking because they know each other, and tell him I had a baby by whoop whoop whoop. He was like, oh, I know her, da da da, her sister's my bestie, all of that. So Bobby gave my sister baby daddy his information to get to my sister, to give it to me, and I wrote Bobby, and that's how that all started. And that's how we started. And when a man is locked up, and someone familiar makes him feel good, he gonna keep her in his circle regardless of what other things he got going on. And I'm young and naive still, so I ain't thinking like, oh, he's got like a plethora of women he's talking to, writing to, whatever, putting money on his books, how it go. I'm not thinking like that. I'm just thinking, oh, my bestie, and now me and my bestie about to try being us, and it's about to be some type of ghetto fairy tale type shit. All right? So that's where my head was at. So that's how that whole thing started, and then he ended up getting out, and when he toward him getting out, when he got out, when he got out, toward him getting out, all right, this is where I have a little flaw. All right, toward him getting out, I fell for another best friend, but I liked him before we became besties, and that was a problem. So anyway, when he got out, he's been out for over 10 years now. All right, because it's been about 8 or 9 since I've seen him. Yeah. So he did a good amount of time. So it's been about a good 10 years since he's been out, I believe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whew. Damn. Time. Shit, time. So that is so after so I fell for another best friend, which Bobby liked to call sport coat. I guess that's the term in prison that guys use as the other dude on the outside with their women. Sport sport coat. I don't know why that's so funny to me, because I don't get it. Sport coat. I don't know what that means, but sport coat is what he called my other best friend. And that's what we gonna call my other best friend. That's a whole nother story, y'all. That one, because I ended up dating that best friend. Shoulda never did it. Shoulda never did it. Anyway, don't ever date your best friend. It don't work. It don't work. It do not work. Anyway, so because I had interest in sport coat, I started falling off by, sending the letters quick. The letters used to come back to back to back to back. Bing, 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 bing. And, that started getting different. Not only that, I got older. I started working part-time, and then I went full-time. And then, I started having a life. I have money now. I have responsibility. I'm trying to enjoy my life on the outside. So that kind of put a damper in us, I guess. But now looking back, I don't feel bad because he was talking to other bitches. All right? So anyway, so when it got time for him to get out, I did go to his probation hearing. I wrote a letter to the judge, all of that. I did my part. I still did my part. Even though the letters weren't coming as quickly, I still took care of business when I was supposed to. I still made sure he still had a little something on his books. I still went and seen him. I got cool with one of his aunts, and she was cool, but she also knew about the other women, so she wasn't cool. But I understand you gonna take up for your nephew, as you should, so I can't be really mad. But damn, that makes me feel kind of stupid and embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? So I'll never talk to her again. Ugh. Anywho, although I did see her, she came into my job and I acted like nothing. She didn't notice me or didn't realize it was me because I had lost a lot of weight and I looked different a little bit. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. Anywho, so when he did get out, I found out that a bitch picked him up that stayed in Detroit, I believe. And no, she stayed in Chicago because I called her Chicago Bear. Because the Chicago Bear, she was built like she was a big built linebacker bitch, okay? And I was a small linebacker bitch, so but she was a big one, okay? And so that's what I called her. And so she picked him up and I knew like, oh, so I know he put that good get on her. I know she got to get that good get. So I was pissed. Because before, when I knew he was getting out, I had told his aunt to tell him, give him these words for me. No, after he had got out, because I had no way to get in touch with him. Because once I found out he was out for real, I'm like, okay, well, where is he? Where he get paroled to? All of that. So, anywho, I don't know how I ended up finding out about Chicago Bear. I really, really don't. Oh, I think he told me because he felt so big and bad to tell me because he was out and he was feeling himself and all of that. So I think that's how I found out. But my dumb ass still ended up at some point getting with him, carrying on whatever we carried on for about... I dealt with it for like maybe a year and a half tops, okay? Year and a half. And then after that, I stopped messing with him. But then I got my own apartment and he came over and we would do-si-do a couple of times, all right? Yeah. But that was around the time when I also was just getting back with my was gonna be future fiance who passed away, rest his soul. And so when I saw Bobby again, I couldn't because I wasn't really ready to give myself to anybody else because I wanted to keep myself from not giving myself to anybody else after my fiance. And it's crazy because Nope, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna put my business out there. Some of y'all know what the rest of that story is, what the rest of that line would have been. But anyways, through all of that, went through the whole back and forth. Who are you with? This, that, and the third. Is you still on talking to sport coat? This, that, and the third. Him avoiding my calls, avoiding my texts, me jumping out on the corner of Eastern and Oakdale, like, nigga, why the fuck you? The most ghettoest shit I ever did. And that's when I knew I had to stop messing with him. I was like, dude, you was bringing me out of my character. I am not no hood ghetto bitch. I don't do shit like this. And you ain't about to have me like this. So once I saw, and my sister would always bring that up when we go past, and she still will to this day. And she will bring that up, how I just got out the car and just popped up and showed niggas that day. And it's funny because he lived down the street from his people, and I think he was messing with a girl on that street, a couple of houses down from him. And he was very, very nervous that girl was gonna see who that bitch was. And not to mention, all of the girls wanted to know who I was, and they knew that I was somebody. Why? Because while Bobby was in jail, this dude got my name tattooed across his chest. Yes, tattooed across his chest. I will post the picture on YouTube. I will post the picture. Yeah, he got my name tattooed across his chest. This the last 4 letters. Real big, nice and big. And so to this day, I wonder, is that tattoo on his chest still there? Because to get that covered up or erased costs a pretty penny that I know Bobby don't got to this day. I know that for a fact. All right? So I don't know if this is still there or not. But anyway, that is the whole thing between me and Bobby. I have not talked to him since the last time I let him come over to my crib. He reached out to me one day, asked me if I was going to work that day or not. I never responded. And as far as I know, Bobby lives in Michigan still, but another city. He got married and had some kids. And then I believe the woman passed away. And now he had kids. The woman he had kids with passed away. And then he got married because he needed someone to help him take care of the kids. And as far as I know, him and that girl is still together. I've never seen her, don't know her. No, I have seen her because they have a joint, yep, they got to be still together because they do have a joint Facebook account. Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know if the tattoo is there or not. But the thing about the tattoo, he might still be telling the lie. And that lie was, I had a baby, told him it was his, and that was our daughter name that I told him was ours. That's what he would tell other women. That it was his daughter's name that I said was his, but then found out that it wasn't his. Yeah, he lied on me that good. I ain't even got no kids, let alone to have a kid to say that, to lie and say I'm lying to a man saying that that's his baby. That's your baby. No. So I feel some type of way on that. So I don't feel bad about reading this letter. So there it goes. That is a half hour of just a synopsis of the relationship, how our families are intertwined, how we met, how it ended, and a little bit in between. I'll fill in the blanks as we go with the letter. So without further ado, let me read this letter because I'm ready to watch Traitors. Who went home on Traitors tonight? Okay. Now, this is the letter that I had read the other day that is on my YouTube, but this is the whole entire thing because I did not put part 2 on here. However, I am reading the letters on my TikTok days prior. So, just so you know, that's what's going on. It's the same one. All right, y'all. So, if y'all have not watched the first video, here we go. Okay, this is 4 pages long, and this one does not have a date. And I don't know where the envelope is to. It's just an open letter, so we're just gonna call this letter number 1, whatever. Most of these does have the poster in the envelope still in the postmark on it. He did date most of these, but yeah. The yellow ones are the ones I wrote that I either never finished or never sent off or whatever. And for some reason, my 2001 homecoming pic is in this box. So let's share that. That's little young me in 2001, junior year, I believe. No, that would have been senior year. Yep, senior year. That's senior year me. All right. Let's do this. Like rude ass. All right. What's up? Okay, I said this before. I don't like to use my real name on here. For y'all, for those of you that know it, congratulations. But I am going to be calling myself Confessions instead of saying my name. Because, yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, what's up, Confessions? Nothing much this way, but missing you and wishing I could touch you. I hope that everything is going good with you and you are under God's guidance and protection. Okay, baby. I love my auntie to death, but sometimes I want some alone time with you as far as visits go. Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 2:30 p.m. till 2:30 p.m. till 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 8:30 a.m. till 8:30 p.m. Maybe that first 2:30 was supposed to be a.m. I don't know. It's Sunday. Who cares? Anyway, you could come up here. You could come up after work too. No, I'm not. I was not about to be coming after work. When I'm done with work, I'm done with work. I'm not trying to do no bullshit. Okay. Stop being so scared to drive. I was a scary driver and I still am a scary driver. Although I do want you to make sure your car will get you here and back. Oh, I found out that I will be seeing the board the week of March 21st. So this is probably around the time. This is a little bit after the time he wrote this letter. Because I got this letter maybe 6 weeks before we went and saw the board together. Yeah, so that gives a calculation of when this was. So this was like February. This is like the beginning of the month. How fitting. Okay. Going back. Okay. I found out that I will be seeing the board the week of March 21st. No specific day, but it'll be within that week. I'll know the time and date for sure sometime before. And of course, I'll fill you in. What's been good with you though? I've been thinking about you and contemplating us, trying to plan and stay focused on goals that I want to achieve in the process. You never answered my question in the last letter when I asked you, what do you expect out of me as a man? I laughed when I read that the first time again, just to think, what did I expect out of you as a man? I'm glad I didn't put no real expectations, because I really would have been fucked up in the game. Thank you for the 5th like on the spot. Hey, boo, hey. That was you then. Okay. What do you expect out of me as your man? The reason I ask this is because I want to be able to satisfy you in every way, and I want you to be proud to have me as your man. Not once was I, the whole year and a half that we were together. To answer your question, Bobby. Um, Baby, I realize that life has its ups and downs. So I'm prepared to weather any storm that comes my way, especially if you are by my side. Ugh. Confessions, I'm gonna always fight for the world for the sake of us. So, if that means working hard so that we could enjoy our golden years together as we age, then I'm going to do that 100%. You are what matters to me. Your health, your loyalty, your honesty, your heart, your visits, you dig? Everyone and everything else is secondary. I told you about a million times before that it's hard for me to trust anybody because I've been disappointed so many times throughout my life. Imagine that. And then you go and disappoint me. Um, the only person I've ever trusted wholeheartedly was my granny. Yeah, that was true. Like, Granny was the matriarch for sure. Granny was the one. That's another story, but I'm sure some letters will make me get into that. I got real close with Granny before she passed. I go over there and watch soaps with her. Yes, sir did. Anyways, but now she's gone. Yeah, that was hard. But I can honestly say without a shadow of a doubt that I'll put my life in your hands. And I know you'll protect me. As my wife, that is the kind of trust I need you to have in me. And the sky's the limit. Of course, I'll earn your trust and respect from you one day. I understand that your guards are somewhat up. But let me, and that was because of my previous boyfriend who was also in prison, which I was to tell you, my ex-fiance that passed away. That's him who he's talking. Yeah, that's what that guard up was for. That's a whole nother relationship that was woo. Anyway, my relationships, Lord, I've had them worse. But I loved him. Anyway, of course, I'll earn your trust and one day. I'll understand your guards are somewhat up, but let me stress the point that I am not the enemy. I haven't broken your heart, or did you wrong? Ha! So, baby, don't make me pay for the last man's mistakes. Feel me? Okay, let me talk about something a little lighter. When am I gonna get my pictures? I'm waiting. I'm glad that your mom didn't say that I was ugly. Smile. That's always a plus. When mom's got that's always a plus when mom's got your back. I like your sister. She's funny. I can't wait to kick her ass in spades again. Yeah, him and another friend, but he called cuz too. You know, that's when they called everybody cuz this, cuz that. Everybody was cuz. Yeah, him and I'm gonna have to name him because I want to tell you I had a major crush on Cuz. Major crush on Cuz. Cuz was a really Cuz. Cuz was a friend of the family. They was all cool, okay? But man, I had the biggest thing for Cuz. We gonna have to name him because that's a whole nother story. A whole nother story. Damn. I'm reevaluating my life a little bit. I don't shit. Anyways, I'm sorry, y'all, because I said I was gonna read the whole letter through and then go back. And I promise you, next letter, I'm gonna do that because it takes away from the letter. I'm sorry. But I'm just getting back into it. It just reminded me. Anyways, let me start from a little bit. Okay. She is funny. Where's funny? I can't wait to kick her ass in space again. And this time I won't cheat. Yeah, they always cheated. Tell her I said sorry about that. I think she has to forgive me though, because the statute of limitations law, meaning it's been too long for her to hold that against me. I surely didn't know what statute of limitations was. I'm so glad he explained it. I'll call you as soon as I get the money you sent out. See, I kept that. I kept money on his shit for him. I'm gonna make it last, so I'll only call twice a week. Yeah, you was probably calling other bitches. So that we always will have communication. How does that sound? If I put 10 on the phone every 2 weeks, when you send 20, it'll work perfect. Yeah, I wasn't sending that much, believe ye. Um, because I'll be able to keep hygiene and a little food too. Because these people try to starve us to death on some days. Or at least my stomach thinks so. Confessions. Know that I love you and I can't wait to be able to make love to you, create love with you, enjoy love because of you. I understand love because of you. So basically, I'm saying I want you, need you, and can't live without you. Okay, sorry for being mushy. But he knew I loved that mushy shit. I still do. Baby, I be having dreams that we're at other people's houses and we sneak off, or more like I abduct you into the bathroom for a quickie and it goes down. I promise you I'm gonna turn that into a reality. Never happened. Smile. Never happened. Let me end this before my gets hard. Think about me, okay? Of course, I'm doing the same. God bless you always. Stay beautiful. Your husband, Bobby. P.S. All I need in this world of sin is me and my girlfriend. Love you, Bonnie. We called ourselves Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, that's stupid shit. All right, y'all. So that's letter number 1. Yeah, he's a piece of work. This is gonna be quite. This is gonna be quite interesting going through all these letters. So I need to make a whole nother. I need like a manila envelope to keep the ones that I did read, so I don't have to go through others. But that is one of the letters, y'all. I don't even know how I feel about after reading that. It feels weird. It brought back a lot of memories in a good way, but in a good way, because those were like the best times of my life, even though he was full of shit. Like that time of my life when we were friends, though, that living on the hill was like one of the best eras moments of my life. So I just love. So when I smile, it's because of that, not because of him. Not because of him. I promise you that it's not because of him. Um, I have not seen him in like 10 years. I have come across his Facebook page that he has with his wife. That's all I can say. I don't know if he still has the tattoo. I will try to remember to upload the picture of the tattoo. Um, I'm not sure why he even posted that picture. He didn't. That picture was not for him that he made and sent to me. It's something that I found on his page. And I'm like, you're producing my name out there. We're not even together. I don't like that. I've always said if I could, I just want to just carve it off his body if I could. Anyway, I'd love to know if it's still there, if he got it covered up. I can only imagine, because there's no way I would be married to a man with another woman's name across his chest. I'm not doing that unless he's still telling the lie that it's the baby. But he can't do that by now, because then it'll be like, well, don't you want to take care of that? He might be saying it's a baby that passed away or died by now. Who knows the lie? I would love to know. I would love to know. Now, it's funny because all of the people that we grew up with around each other, I'm still cool with those people, and he's still cool with those people. But we never are in the same spot. Like I said, he doesn't live here anymore, but I don't know if he comes here at all. I don't know. I don't care. But and I don't hang around those people anymore much, but I do still like to be. I'm one of those people that still like to go and pass by my old crib and stuff. And like a couple few of the guys still live on the hill to this day. And one of them is a whole nother Shoot. I've had my grab of the men on that hill too, I guess. Shit. Me and my family. Goodness gracious. So I ain't no better than them. But all right, y'all. That is letter from Bobby number one. Um, of course, these videos will be very much shorter because I will not be going through our whole entire life and everything before. This is the first one, so I want to give y'all backstory on this. So if y'all ever want to know the backstory, refer back to the beginning. I will be filling in the blanks as I can, backstory when I read the letters. But how it's gonna go, like I said, it was supposed to go this time. I'm gonna read the letter in its entirety the first time, then I'm gonna read it again and give the little inserts that way so we don't lose all the motion from the letter itself. All right. Thank y'all for coming through and through my therapy, because this is kind of therapy, kind of not therapy, because like I said, I'm over him. But this is my burn after reading, if you will. I will see y'all next week for another letter from Bobby. Now I'm about to go watch Trader, because now I'm done talking about this traitor. That is Bobby. All right? Say goodnight to Bobby, y'all. Hi, Bobby, if you ever find these. I don't care. Bye, y'all. And I will see y'all in the morning for Hey Boo Hey.